give to the right people to do the job. A leader cannot do all the work. We cannot. In fact, the higher we go, not that we are pushing work to people. I don't think so. As much as we delegate to people, we are still holding that responsibility. Right, that's responsibility. I was reading a book by somebody, just slipped my mind his name, is that as much as you give work to people, delegate to people, the responsibility is still yours. He called it blame me, not blame others, right? Not that blame game, but rather blame me. Even though we pass to people, but we are still holding that responsibility. All right, we're still building a team that can be trusted, a team that can grow together. All right, Sandra, delegate work, so to help them to grow and to develop and let them learn something new. That's very true, very, very true. Right.
Tilaka here commented that a leader cannot do all work, right?
No, you cannot.
Definitely will get a burnout.
Yeah, number one, burnout. If you do all by yourself, you can only achieve a certain level. Somebody even say this, you want to do something. If you do things by yourself, you might go fast, all right, but you won't go far. All right, you work together with people, you will go far. That's what we want in any corporation, in any organization. We don't want to just go fast, but we want to go far. We want to go beyond. We want to see more than 2023. We want to see more than 2024 for that matter.
Yeah, but sometimes Alex, some staff will say, oh, why is the boss picking on me, putting on all the work on my shoulder?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
We will look at it later. We will see what my slides will cover some of these things. Right? Let's watch. Okay. Now, why do we develop effective? Why do we delegate? We want to develop effective delegation skill. Number one is to increase your willingness to delegate. You must be willing to delegate. Many people, they hold it to themselves. They don't want to delegate. We're talking from a top first. Later, the next slide, talking about from the bottom, how people receive delegation. Right. Number two is to identify tasks for others to do. I think one or two of you just now were mentioning you delegate to people, but the question also is that you must delegate to right people. Right. So when you delegate to people, then these people can do the job. Sometimes they can even do the job better than you. All right, just a joke. All right. Okay, and then you determine whom to delegate, like what I was saying just now. Right, so you're a team of people, and each one, they are good in their own way. And if you work in a team, I do a lot of team work. I challenge people to not only do things by themselves, but work together to achieve further, right? To achieve more. And then when you delegate work to people, you also give people timeline, right? Timeline. And that will help them not to delay. Can I give you 3 days, 5 days? Can you give me back? Today is Thursday. Can you give me back next Monday or something like that? Timeline. But there will always be flexibility, allowance. So Monday they come back, sir, boss, Alex, I find that it's just too difficult. Can you give me 2 more days? Okay, fine. Right. So at least you give the people timeline, and from there they learn about time management, how they manage their time and how they can do things better. Right. So you are assigning the appropriate degree of authority. When you give people job, they must be able to make certain decision. Right. You give them that authority. If not, it's very difficult. Everything they have to come back to you. They should come back to you in one sense. They should, but you must give them a certain degree of authority that they're able to make decision. That's very, very important in leadership. All right. Now, why some people, they don't delegate? Do you know? I think just now Carla was mentioning some of these things, Why people find it difficult to delegate?
Why is it, Alex? Why
I don't
is
know.
it that? Yeah.
Number one is that explain a task is more tedious than completing it themselves. I rather do it all by myself. These people, they just don't understand what I want. I get so tired. I get so tired to explain and to explain. I think I better do it all by myself lah. Okay, you know, all right. Maybe you don't make things clear, or you don't make things simpler. Sometimes we complicate things. One of the ways to help is to break down your issues. Sometimes issue can be very big. Can we break it down to smaller item? If we break it down to smaller item, probably we can see things clearer. So when people see things clearer, they are able to understand, oh, like that, that's what you want. Yeah. Then they are more than willing to help you. All right. So number two is that you enjoy completing. Some people, they just want to do the work. Yeah, they think that they can. I think Carla, you mentioned the word burnout just now, right? So they don't realize that they come to a stage they are going to burn out. They don't realize. So it's a little bit dangerous, if I were to say that. Right? Or sometimes they feel guilty about adding more work. Yeah, like what the Carla say lah. Wow, my boss are pick on me, so give me so many jobs, all these things, So sometimes we as boss, we have this feeling. So if we pass to people, oh, it's like I'm not doing anything, I'm just pushing that responsibility, pushing that work to people, all these things, which may not be so true. Like I say, you may delegate work, you are not delegating the responsibility. The loss that responsibility is still yours, even though you delegate to others, right? You don't trust people, maybe. Probably you think that you are the only one that know how to do the work. The rest of the people, they don't know. They don't know what I want. They have not seen before. Well, you don't try them, you wouldn't know. Malay, we have a word, a very good word. Belum cuba, belum tahu.
Betul.
Yeah, correct. You don't know. Like I say, I'm very, very sure. I'm very, very sure. Unless you can prove me wrong. All right. Sometimes, not always. Okay. Sometimes your people might be able to do the job better than you. We don't. We really don't know. You are you're pushing them. You're helping them. When they grow, you grow. When they succeed, you succeed. We have not seen. We don't realize that. Right? Let your people succeed. Then when your people succeed, you succeed. Right? Yeah. So or we don't know what to delegate. Maybe it's too big a task, too messy. Example, what to give to people. At the end of the day, I might as well do the job all by myself. So they have that feeling. Or they also believe that they are the only one, quite similar, they're the only one who can do the right job, do the job right. The rest, half pass, I'm not too sure. Or even worse, they feel that they are indispensable.
I think a lot of bosses thinks that they are indispensable, right?
That's why, because they sit on that chair, because I am indispensable. That's why I'm sitting here. You are not, So yeah, you are right. Sometimes they have this kind of a attitude, this kind of a feeling. So at the end of the day, you're very right. So they will do the job all by themselves. All by themselves.
Yeah.
So they get burnt out, they get tired, burn out. There are still ways to resolve. The problem is they burn out too much, they will just give up. We don't want that to a stage that you cannot retain them. They get so hurt, they get so painful, they give up. And the worst is some people, they even give up their life. They get so fed up at what they do. They all do all by themselves. People are picking on them, blah, blah, blah. They are doing the work all by themselves, and eventually they give up. Not only they give up their work, they give up their job, they give up their family, they give up everything. Just how dangerous, dangerous doing things by yourself, Okay. So it's very important for you to delegate. What is important is to help employees develop new skills. I like some of you saying, you pass to them not only lighten your burden, which is very true, but it's more to develop people. And who knows, when you delegate to your subordinates, to them, something better comes out. Hey, we never thought of this, maybe we can try this later. Sales, for example, you delegate responsibility to your to your subordinates. Maybe they come up with a better idea to do sales. Boss, we haven't tried this before, can we try it? Oh, why not? You are developing new skills, because we always say this, two heads are better than one.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, all the while they look at you, but now look, besides my head, what about your head? What about your mind? What about your thoughts? What about your skills? What about your idea? Can we collaborate together? I like this word very, very much. Collaboration. Right. Number two, you build trust. Your subordinates will also feel that they can be trusted. My boss trusts me because they give me certain jobs. And also empower them, like I told you just now, making decision, allow them to make certain decision. Of course, you give them boundaries. You don't set rules for them. There is a little bit different between rules and regulation and boundaries. People are not so they don't really like the word rule and regulation. Too many rules cannot, see, but they don't have much problem with the word boundaries. So you, as a boss, you set boundaries. This is how far you can go. They may be happy, right? And also, delegation will also increase accountability. They know what they should do. They know what they can do, and they report to you. All right, and also it reduces stress. Stress. That you are not the only one to do. Many people always say that people don't understand me. I'm the only one that do the job. But may not be so true, because you have not exactly delegating the work the work to people. So you're putting all the burden, all the stress on yourself. It's time
Now
to
delegate your stress also to them.
delegate stress. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you should. Okay. I didn't put down here. One of the word is communication. When you work in a team, all right, you need to communicate with the people. Maybe they can come up, like I say, they can come up with a better idea what should do and what shouldn't do, maybe. All right. Okay. And let's delegate more effectively. All right. We will talk more about that in a short moment. We would like you to watch a video. All right. I would like to Ritesh to help me this.
Hi everyone, it's Yanis here, and in this video we will explore what is delegation. We will look at what it is, how does it work, why it's important, and I'll also share some examples to illustrate it. If delegation is the assignment of any authority to another person to carry out specific activities, and it's one of the core concepts of management leadership. One thing to note is that the person who delegated the work remains accountable for the outcome of the task. Let's say that you have to write the article, and because you also have to do some other tasks, you decide that you'll delegate article writing. If the person screws up and delivers poor quality of work, then you'll be still held accountable for it. Usually, the easiest tasks to delegate are repetitive, simple to learn, and time-consuming tasks, as they will give you more time to focus on what really matters. A very common mistake when it comes to delegation is that people expect miracles from it, and then they complain that delegation doesn't work. To avoid it, you have to be ready to put a little bit of work from your side, and then delegation will become easy and deliver results. Define the outcome that you want to achieve and provide the person with the sufficient training and resources. Make sure that you monitor the process, at least at the beginning, so that you know that the things are moving in the right direction. If you want to expand or grow your business, then you definitely need to learn this valuable skill of delegation. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I was able to give you a quick overview of what delegation is and what role it plays in our life.
That's an interesting piece of
Yeah.
delegation. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
absolutely
simple enough, right? Kala, what do you think? It's simple enough to let you understand that.
enough. It tells you how to delegate. You don't get stressed. And then let other people know the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important.
yes, exactly.
Now let's look at some of the tips about delegation. Right now, when you want to delegate to people, you must know what to delegate, right? To who and to what. You don't delegate everything. Like I say, being top leaders, you delegate certain jobs. You don't delegate the whole thing because you are still holding accountability and responsibility, and probably the final decision still come back to you. So you know what to pass to people, right? So that and also, like I say, communication. They know the boundaries where they stand, how far they can go, right? How far they can go. So that is also very, very important. Okay. And then number two is that one of the tips is that you must play your employees' strength and goals. I like this very much because not everybody can do every job. Certain people, they are good, and certain people, they are not well. Example, in a company, I believe that you have people like salesmen, sales personnel, and then you have account people, all these things. Sometimes no, okay, I have to be very, very careful saying this. Sometimes sales, they want to bring in sales, they go all out. Because we set targets for them, they go all out. We delegate sales to them, but the accounts maybe a little bit more careful than that. Hey, come on, we'll have to look at the budget. We cannot just simply go out, So you got to know, who to pass what responsibility. Some people, they have this strength of going out. Some people are not so much. Some people, they rather stay in, no, I am not so good in this area. So you got to know your employees. All right. One of the things that we do, we have done training before. One of the things that we do is to identify your personal profile, your personal strengths, your goals, what you want to do, what you want to achieve. We also do a little bit on what we call as weaknesses, to know your own personal weakness. Then we as top leaders, we capture those things that you're good in and not to burden you with something that you're not so capable. I think that's very, very important. And also, like I say, communication. You must tell your subordinates, define outcome. We would like to have this. Example, you sales, you want to tell them that at the end of this month, for example, we want to achieve certain goal. At least they know, right? And also, if you have more staffs, they are not the only one that achieve. Is a team effort, everyone. And number four is to provide the right resources and level of authority. Always in top leadership, you must be resourceful. You cannot tell them, I don't know. You're going to find out for yourself. Then they're stuck. They don't know what to do. They don't know whether should they go around and look for solutions just in case that is not what you want. Right. So the best is on your level of leadership. Even though you delegate, you must provide resources, right resources for them. They know who to rely and how to go to. Right. And then number five is to establish a clear communication channel. I mentioned that even from the beginning of this slide. Communication, it must be clear. They know what you want, and you know what they want, and you know what they can do. And also communication also helps that they open up. They know who to talk to. We don't cut them off, but rather we allow them to talk. We allow them to express themselves. All right, communication. I say that you allow them to make mistakes. It may not be so easy. I know that. Right? I found out that a lot of mistakes can be corrected. It's not the end of the world. Can I repeat that? It's not the end of the world. So people make mistakes. Okay, fine. A bit painful, a bit cost effective. I mean, you have to bear certain costs, but at the end of the day, mistakes can be corrected. It's okay. Let them learn. Let your people learn. Probably the first time doing that. Allow them to learn. And not only them, allow them to learn, you're going to be patient with them. Be patient. Maybe, they're slower than you. You have been doing that work for a long time. You know what to do. Those work is like at the end of your fingertip, we call it, but now the first time. So be patient with them. Right? And also get feedback. How have been doing? And I didn't put the word called monitor. All right, you can always monitor them. Probably check on them. How is it going? You need more help. You can handle. Okay, fine. You can always come back to me if you have any question. You need anything. Do we have to review the budget? Example. Do we have to review certain thing? Can always come back to me. Right. So we get feedback from them. You be open. You be transparent, so that they're able to come to you. Right. And number 9 is to give credit where it's due. Congratulate them. Thank them. Buy them dinner. Why not? All right. At least they feel useful. They feel grateful. They know that you are grateful also, because they know that you are thanking them, right, for their job well done. Probably, give credit where credit is due. Now, all this style of leadership, right? I would like to share a little bit on what we call as a situational leadership model. Right? In a company, when you do delegation, you look at the word. I have a word here: delegation. Right. But before you delegate, there are process. There are process or kinds of people that you would delegate work. All right. They are what we call as a directing, coaching, supporting. Right. Yeah. If any one of you have any thoughts, you want to stop me, please do stop me, and then I would more than happy to talk to you. Right. You can unmute yourself over here. Okay. Right. Now, when you come to situational leadership, I like this very much. Situational leadership. I learned from 1 Minute Manager, Blanchard. All right. I read from Tony Robbins and listened to his training, Tony Robbins, and a lot of time they may not speak specifically, but many of them they use the word called situational leadership. Situational leadership, it talks about different, when you face different situation, you use different model. Over here, you see some model of directing, coaching, supporting, and delegating. Depends on the people, on their maturity, or the people. All right. So now, when the people, they are new, for example, right? They are new, meaning they are what you call that, supportive, but they are new because when they are new, they don't support you so much because they don't know how. But because you are top leader, you can direct very high. So you tell them what to do. So I want this done, and then they'll come to you and say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's speaking like the leaders decide, you decide. You decide. So you tell them, I want this done, I want this done. Can I give you can you give me back on Monday or Tuesday, whatever day? Can it be done? Okay, sir. We will. So you direct, you give them their job description, what to do, blah blah blah. Can you give me back on Monday? Fine. Right. Now, when your group has got to know you well enough, the support is high, you are still directing, tell them, no, it's time to coach. What is coaching? Coaching is like a let's talk. So probably over here, meetings can be a little bit longer because you are opening and allow them to speak. Let's talk. But you still decide. It's still you. All right, it's still you. You are deciding, but you are allowing them to give suggestions. You're allowing them to speak. Oh, then then only you make a decision. Now, as you go along, right, as much as you want to delegate your work to them, all right, your directive, because most of them, they know their jobs very clear. They know what to do. So you don't exactly have to tell them what to do. They know what to do. So your directive can be low, but they are high, whereas their support is high to you. They get to know you very well, very high. So over here, what are we talking about? We're talking about, let's talk. Okay, we decide, all of us decide. Some people, they want to go for voting, okay, come on, what do you think? Plan A, how many of you agree with plan A? Raise your hand. Okay, 2 of you. Okay, plan B, how many of you? 3. Okay, since 3 of them, can we go on the plan B or not? Okay, those plan A, is it okay that we go ahead with plan B? Okay, go ahead, all right. So we talk, and then we decide together. Okay, now as time goes by, probably support can be low because probably too many responsibility, a bit confused, they don't know what to do, blah blah blah, and then your directive can be low. It's time to delegate. You decide what you want to do. All right, you decide over here, because you're knowing that support is low, the people are not too sure yet. But sometimes their commitment can be high also, because they're long enough with you. They can be high, just that their support, because of a lot of responsibilities coming. It's a kind of like a cycle, right? This chart will show a better picture when you direct, like I was telling you, directing, coaching, support. When you direct, it's more of a defining. You got, because they are new, right? You got to define their job description, guide them what to do. Sometimes they're afraid. I don't know whether can I handle. Can. You can handle. You can try this, but you're gonna persuade them. Right? You control. Right? Like I say, leaders decide. Right? So it's like, so when coaching, like what I was saying just now, let's talk. You explain certain thing. You come, like I say, the meetings can be a little bit longer because you want to listen to them, right? You explain things to them. It's supposed to be like this, blah blah blah, and you teach them. You demonstrate. We have done this. Maybe we can try, blah blah blah. So let's talk. You still decide. But if they better, you counsel. Everybody decide is where you do the problem solving, making decision. You facilitate. You're no more teaching, but you facilitate. You listen to them, what they do, all these things. If they're wrong, you advise them. We should be doing this way, all these things. All right. Delegation. I like this word. You decide. Words like monitor and mentoring. I always believe in mentoring. You are actually training people to rise up. Rise up. So you are helping them to rise from one level to another level. That must be your job as a leader. So when you delegate the work, you are actually helping them to rise up. Rise up. I like it very, very much. In conclusion, what do situational leadership do? You direct, you help them. And when you delegate, you help them. Number two, you be flexible, because different situation, different people, you not acting right. Different people, you empower, the way you empower them, very different. Situational leadership, you encourage participation. Everyone speak. We learn from everyone. Of course, delegation, and very frequent, regular. You're coaching them, helping them. I like this word very much. You're coaching them, asking them what they should do. Honesty, very important. Very important to end here is a word called honesty. Be open to your people. Be transparent. If there are certain things that you cannot do, tell them you cannot do. If there's certain thing that you need their help, tell them that you need their help. Right. So these are the 6 things that probably situational leaders need to exercise. Okay. All right. So thank you everybody for spending time with me here, and I am truly very honored, very glad to be with you. So yeah, this ends my presentation. I want to pass back to Haran.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Alex.
Yeah, before we come to the Q&A session, can we all on the camera so that we can take a group photograph?
Yes, please.
Come
So,
on,
so everyone,
everybody.
please on your camera. Nice big smile.
Yala, can you please stop sharing screen? Thank you.
Yeah, can we have Elchan? Yeah, Elchan, how are you?
Can we have Tila?
Ritesh, can you on your camera?
Dorothy.
Can you on your camera? Genevieve, can you on your camera?
Please, everyone,
Yeah.
please on your camera.
Karen, nice meeting you. Okay, Sandra, can you on your camera? Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile.
Thank you.
Okay.
Done. Thank you.
Okay. So now, as I mentioned, we have already gone to our group photograph. So now we would like to go to the next session, which is our Q&A.
Yes.
So I give it to the floor. Is there any questions that you would like to ask leading up to this delegation? Anyone? You can write in the chat box.
Maybe there are some of the things that you all face in your company, especially in the HR, human
Yes.
resource. You face something, you can always ask.
I think behavior change is a very difficult thing, right? So while you have the different quadrants, moving from one to the other is the key, but it's not an easy one to do.
Yeah, very true. Karan, is very true. That's why in top leadership, one of the skills that you have is to monitor. Monitor, and to especially you need to be, I may not like this word, you need to be a little bit more sharper, and to know your staffs, and watch, like you're always like putting your eye on them, all these things, but you're going to watch your staffs, like be sensitive, be sharp, the mood, because Karan, I believe you agree with me. We are human, we are complex. Our mood changes. Today I'm like that, today I'm hyper, tomorrow I can be very moody. You know what? This is when Alex, yesterday you're so happy, and then everything also can today, so many questions, so people can be so different. So you got to watch them, and you got to be sharp, not only sharp, you got to be smart, you got to be wise. That's what I was mentioning earlier, when is the right time to give them that responsibility? When is the right time to delegate? Usually, also depends on the day. I found out that, all right. Usually our energy level drops. That's why we need breaks, you see. All right. So if you want to delegate, meet them in the morning because their energy is higher. Oh, hello, hi Alex, nice seeing you. Can you help me in this area? Blah blah blah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Just one more thing I just wanted to share. When you said that maybe they can do it better than you, actually that is true, right? There can be certain things that your colleagues can do better than you, and there's no shame in it, or there's no problem in them being better than you. That's really good
That's
for the
right.
organization to have
Exactly.
competence skills.
And that will show how confident you are with your chair. Confident. If people are better than you, are you going to elevate them, or are you going to press them? You see, and that shows, your
So true. So
right.
true.
Yeah. Ai-chan was also mentioning how many chances should we give to subordinates if they really can't do the job they were delegated. I don't know. Ai-chan, can I call you AI-chan? All right. So it's all depend on the human resource, how you deal with them, and what kind, and also depends on what kind of job. Is it a real important job, or life and death, for example? Or it just, can somebody take over the job? It doesn't really matter. So it all depends. I cannot fully answer you for that. All right. The word is not chances, how many times we give to them, and the word could be how serious, how important. Must it be done now? If must it be done now, and somehow they are stuck, they couldn't do, so maybe they need help. All right. So you have a team to help them. Yeah.
Yeah, Alex, there's another question from Tila. How do we measure delegation skills?
How do we measure delegation skills? So one of the ways I would do is that if I delegate a work to someone, after I have telling them what to do, blah blah blah, all this thing, and then like I say, I would monitor, and they are able to deliver. I think it's the delivery part. They're able to deliver. Of course, best is deliver before due lah. Don't deliver after due lah. If I deliver to you, can you give it to me next Friday, maybe next Wednesday? Already done. Hey, not too bad, done. So we able to use them in future. We can delegate. How do we measure? Different people, they have different skills. All depend on your relationship with your subordinates. All right. I hope that helps you.
There's another question as well from Al-chan. If they can't really do, can we put them in cold room?
Cold room.
And it's Al Chan, like Al Pacino, Al
Al
Gore.
Pacino, yeah, Al Gore. I like that. I like that. I don't really have an answer. I don't know whether anybody can help Al Chan, in that, because putting a cold room may sound a bit cruel, because it's like you are employing somebody, but you're not giving any job to the person. That kind of a feeling. All right. So I really don't know. Different company may function differently. I just came back from a company. I was talking to some HR people.
How about you send them for retraining?
Yeah, correct. That was one of the things,
cold room.
that we do, Kala, you retraining, or maybe they are not suitable to be in that department. So we do a test assessment. So when you go for training, it's not only training, we go for coaching. So they should hire coaches to help them to do assessment. When they do assessment, then they found out that actually this guy cannot function well in this department. Why don't you all HR consider to relocate this person to some other departments? Not exactly putting them in cold room, but reassess them and to put them in a more appropriate department. I think that will be more helpful. I don't know. Maybe L Chan, you can give a better thoughts in that. Right. Which is true. They are jeopardizing your work and all. Which could be true. So, right? Basically because they are square peg in round hole, that kind of a thing. Yeah, square peg in round hole. They just don't fit in that department. They function better in another department. Put them there. I hope that helps you, right, Chan?
Yeah, I think that's a better, idea for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, true. I think Chan was mentioning KPI won't meet, but during interviews, yeah, true. Yeah, which is true. That's why the interview, some company, what they do when they interview people, they also do a assessment, their strength. That's why one of the things that I do, if I have a chance, I would tell company is that besides in interview, you do assessment with them and find out about their strength and their weaknesses and all these things. Yes, it's tedious. It's tedious work. How we wish that we don't have to go through all these things. It's very true. They can promise a lot of things, a lot. Right? I don't need you to promise me a lot of things. I just give you one job, you complete for me. I don't know. I can fully understand, Chan. Fully understand.
If there's any more questions, everybody? Okay, Alex, so I think you have answered most of the questions. So I would like to just wrap up that Alex will be doing this program called Effective Execution and Coordination for Optimum Results. And part of the module he just spoke today was developing effective delegation skills, right? There are about 5 modules here. So like first module was managing your time, and then it's like how you determine priorities, dealing with high priority tasks first, and etc. Later on, you go on to module 2, which is expediting the paperwork process. How we get stuck up with the paperwork and all that. So we will eliminate the unnecessary paperwork, memos and all that. So Alex will be showing you the tips on doing that. And later is the module 3 is managing meetings, like, how we are stuck from Mondays to Fridays, meeting. So how to set an effective meeting, how to prepare an effective agenda, all will be shown in this program. And then the last one is improving your ability to manage execution. So this is where is how to avoid upward delegation, empowering others to manage their responsibilities. Okay, so we are having a fantastic program coming up. So this is called Effective Execution and Coordination, Haran, for optimum results. Okay, and this will be conducted hybrid, face-to-face and online on October 17 and 18. All right. So the normal price is 3,000, but we have a special offer for you for today's Zoom. So it's only RM 100. Okay. So don't miss this. Sorry, RM 1000. Excuse me, I've gone so low. So I'm very sorry about that. So please sign up now. I mean, my 100 would have really excited you all, right? So the offer only lasts for July 7th. Please do sign up now. Okay. All right, Haran, what's our next upcoming VIP session?
So for the next upcoming VIP session, we have 2 topics, which is the first one will be empower your managers, empower your people, which will be conducted by Ms. Sandra Goss, trainer. Detail will be July 6, 2023, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Language will be English. The second one will be penyeliaan dalam kepimpinan, by Miss Suziana Mazroom, trainer as well. Detailed July 26, 2023, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Language will be Bahasa Malaysia. So please scan your QR code for registration.
Okay, please scan your code now for this VIP. Okay, before the end of the day, we are giving e-certificate of attendance, Haran. So
Yes.
scan the QR code, right?
Yeah, and fill in the Google form and click on submit. The e-certificate will be sent to your email within 48 hours.
Here's a small reminder. Please check your spam, your inbox, okay?
Yes.
So it might go there. After 48 hours or within 48 hours, you'll get your e-certificate. Okay, all right. So thank you very much for attending this session with us. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Haran.
Thank you, Kala.
And see you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for attending this session
Thank you.
today.
Good night.
Enjoy yourself.